Conor McGregor, one of the most electrifying, controversial, and unpredictable figures in combat sports. A man who built his legacy with his fists and his words. But this time, his words might have gone too far. Before we dive into the controversy that set the combat sports world on fire, let's take a moment to talk about the man at the center of it all, Jono "King Kong" Carroll. Born and raised in Dublin, Ireland, Carroll wasn't handed anything in life. Like many of the greatest fighters before him, he fought his way up the hard way. No silver spoon, no shortcuts, just sheer grit and passion for the sport of boxing. He started from the bottom, training in small gyms, taking fights wherever he could, fighting for scraps just to prove himself, and prove himself he did. His big break came in 2014 when he won Prizefighter, a British boxing tournament that put him on the radar of major promoters. From there, he went on to fight some of the biggest names in boxing, including a world title shot against Tevin Farmer in 2019. Although he didn't get the victory, his performance won him global respect. Carroll wasn't just another boxer. He was a warrior, a showman, a man who refused to be counted out. After that loss, Carroll didn't disappear. He didn't make excuses. He got back in the gym, sharpened his skills, and kept fighting. His relentless attitude and unshakable belief in himself made him a fan favorite. But Jono Carroll isn't just about boxing. Outside the ring, he's known for his charisma, his kindness, and his deep-rooted sense of identity. He's a man who has never been afraid to be himself, to stand by his beliefs, and to evolve. And it was this drive for personal growth that led him to his most important transformation yet, one that had nothing to do with boxing gloves but everything to do with faith. In 2023, Carroll made a life-changing decision. He converted to Islam. It was a move that surprised many, but for Carroll, it was a natural step in his journey toward self-discovery. His decision was met with overwhelming support from fans, fellow fighters, and the Muslim community.
Hello there, I hope all is good. My daughter asked me a very powerful question today. I just wanted to address it. It's been annoying me for about 3 hours. I'm like, I feel like I need to do a video to just get it off my chest. So she asked me today, we were on the scooter, and she asked me today, why do you want to revert to Muslim, Dad? And I was like, straight away, I was like, to be honest with you, babe, I was like, because I was born into the Catholic religion. I was like, but nothing ever resonated with me. I was like, I always went to church with my nanny. My nanny used to sing in the choir when I was a kid. So I used to go most weekends and stuff. And I used to kind of come out with a good feeling. But I never had no connection to like the priests, or I just never had a connection to anything, you know? And then I just start, the more I travel with my life, I start getting, I start going down the spiritual journey, and I start just saying, nah, I'm just more spiritual, I don't really care about all that religion stuff. And then since living in Dubai, being around Muslims, being around passionate people, I've been to mosque numerous of times at this stage, it's a different energy altogether. So this is what I had to explain to her, and it was hard obviously to explain this to a 7-year-old, but I was saying, I explained exactly what I'm saying to you now, but I says, basically, fear, I says, it's the energy that you feel when you're around Muslim people. They're all so accepting of you. Like, they're all like welcoming you, wanting you to be part of this thing, this religion, you know? I says, it's just beautiful.
But not everyone reacted with kindness, and that is where the controversy begins. Because when Conor McGregor heard about Carroll's conversion, he had something to say, and as always, it was loud. UFC star Conor McGregor continues to disgrace himself on social media this week, referring to fellow Dublin native Jono Carroll as a carpet licker after the professional boxing star revealed his conversion to the Islamic religion. Carpet licker, Conor McGregor commented on Jono Carroll's Instagram post. Irish boxer Jono Carroll has hit back at Conor McGregor after the former UFC champion called the recent Muslim convert a carpet licker. Carroll claimed that his compatriot should be ashamed of himself and bemoaned the state of the man he once looked up to. The 32-year-old has previously described his conversion to Islam as a long time coming and was pictured wearing a white robe last year in posts showing him visiting Mecca. He replied to Conor by saying, "Imagine someone you looked up to as a kid, like Conor McGregor, calling you a carpet licker because I put my head to the ground every day speaking to God," he wrote on Instagram. "Never mind disrespecting Islam. This fella should be ashamed of himself. Islam has made me a better man all around. I just hope he finds peace like I have. Someday. Inshallah. The thing is, I already forgive you and pray for you and your family, mate. Inshallah, you find your way someday. You need rehab, bro. If not for yourself, do it for your family, please. I'm so happy my brother Khabib Nurmagomedov, a real man, gave you a lesson for acting the hard man. But you weren't too brave tapping out when it was just the two of you in that cage, were you?" We want to reiterate our appreciation for the Irish people. They are, without a doubt, good people, and their recent support for the Palestinian cause is truly commendable. The fact that Khabib, a figure respected worldwide, chose to highlight this support speaks volumes. It underscores the significance of the Irish position on this issue and demonstrates their willingness to stand up for what they believe in, even when it might be controversial. This kind of moral courage is rare and deserves recognition.
I just want to say one thing is all these things beginning from my side and other guy when we was fighting. But don't forget, Ireland is the biggest supporter in the world for Palestine. Don't forget about this. We love you guys, you, your government, everybody. Here inside the cage, only competition. MMA, all about respect.
It seems Conor McGregor is unaware of the historical ties between Muslims and the Irish, particularly the shared experience of hardship, like the real story of the potato famine. Let's explore that connection.
Did you know that a 23-year-old sultan of the Ottoman Empire helped save the people of Ireland? In 1845, a disease spread through all the farms in Ireland, killing all their crops, especially their potatoes. This led to what is now known as the Great Potato Famine. Over 1 million people died due to starvation and disease. It's important to note that the main source of food for the Irish people at that time was potatoes. The British occupation of Ireland at that time forced them to ship out all their meat and vegetables to England, leaving them to starve. Sultan Abdul Majid tried to aid by donating £10,000, which was rejected as it was seen as offensive to donate more than Queen Victoria, who offered £2,000. Instead, he filled ships with food and medicine, then sailed them to Ireland, sneaking past the British who blocked their ports. The ships ended up in a small town called Drogheda. They still have a plaque to thank the people of Turkey.
This passage strongly criticizes Conor McGregor's hateful, disrespectful, and Islamophobic comment. McGregor's behavior is not representative of the Irish people, and Jono Carroll, who recently converted to Islam, recognizes McGregor's need for help, suggesting he needs rehab due to alleged drug use and aimless lifestyle. We can see contrasts between McGregor's material wealth with Carroll's newfound peace, contentment, and purpose found in Islam. They claim McGregor's pursuit of worldly desires leaves him never satisfied, never at peace, creating a void only faith can fill. We accuse McGregor of hypocrisy, pointing out his shifting religious displays, from claiming to be God to superficially wearing a cross while engaging in inappropriate behavior. They emphasize the core message of all prophets, including Abraham, Moses, Jesus, and Muhammad, peace be upon him, as submission to God's will, which they define as Islam. Carroll's conversion is presented as a result of finding evidence of Islam's truth in the Quran. The world of sports isn't just about knockouts and titles. It's about respect, discipline, and sportsmanship. Whether McGregor intended it as a joke or a jab, the reality is, words carry weight, and in an era where athletes have global influence, the responsibility to use that power wisely has never been greater. Now we turn it over to you. Was McGregor out of line? Should he apologize? Or is this just another case of McGregor being McGregor? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's get the conversation started. If you want more deep dives into the biggest moments in combat sports, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. This story is far from over, and we'll keep you updated as it unfolds. Until next time, stay sharp, fight smart, and respect the game.